Welcome, and this is What's Your Message in Conversation with Show Host, a project of Go Global Business School. And we are very delighted to have with us Mr. Alok Verma. Welcome, Ji.
Thank you so much, Dr. Azeeza. Thank you for having me on your wonderful platform and your wonderful show. I'm really humbled, very happy.
Thank you so much. And in this show, we actually speak with people who have started their own channel on their own shows that is demonstrating level of consciousness and growth for people. And we really want to pick the brains and find out from you what is the message that you have for the world, and we want to learn from you. That's the idea behind this show, actually. Are you excited?
Absolutely, really excited with you.
That's right. And Mr. Alok is inspiring we before me concept. He has this wonderful what he has put together, and he's a virtual experiential facilitator, a transformation coach, a public speaker, and a poet, hailing from Gurgaon, India. Thank you so much for that wonderful, what do you call holistic approach that you have given to life, and I love your profile from that space.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Azeeza.
And in the recent months, you have started this interesting show called WeTransform. We'd love to hear about it, and we want to know what inspired you to get to start this show.
Great, that's the number one question, because the show happened and started because of two reasons. The first one was it started after this whole lockdown thing. It was in the month of March and April 2020. And I was finding a lot of chaos around us. The lockdown was just started. People were not sure what to do. Everybody was not ready for it. There was a little bit of air of panic there. And people were losing jobs. People lost businesses. Businesses were shutting down around me. And people also lost people in their loved ones. I lost two relatives in that period of time. It was deeply moving. So I said, what can I do for others now? How can I help people? I made a video. on YouTube called Understanding Change, where I spoke about the curve of change and the grief curve and everything, so that people really understand that what they're going through, and it's biological, it's scientific, and they can feel it's okay, it will be fine little later. But that one video was not enough, and I was really wanting something more. And that's the same thing happened. One day, one friend called me, he from Darjeeling in India, and he said that, Alok, I have a story to tell you. The story is interesting, and you may use it in your keynote speeches, or maybe sometime when you're on stage, you can use the story. I said, tell me the story. So he told that he was running a successful event company business in Gurgaon, Delhi NCR. And because of lockdown, he has to shut it down and go back to his village in Darjeeling. With no hope in front of him, and he was really worrying about how to pay the bills and how to feed the family. What he did, instead of sitting and waiting and crying on it, he took an initiative to buy vegetables, organic vegetables from the local farmers, who were also struggling because the middlemen were cheating them and buying vegetables and paying them less, paying them after 1 month and stuff like that. He had some cash. He bought vegetables on cash from the farmers, went to the market, local market, and put a stall on the road. So basically, he started selling vegetables on the road. Now, a CEO of a company, a founder, with some respected people in his circle, selling vegetables in his hometown is a great story.
Yes.
And from there he started, and then he built a business called Rimbig Fresh, and he has few stores now. Now, I said, my friend, this story, I would not wait for a keynote session to come to me to tell this story. Let me tell the story now. And that's when I did this series called WeTransform Wednesdays to tell the story.
Wow, that is so moving. And I'm like, of course, when you say, okay, people are doing it because they found the lockdown as a time for inspiration, all of that. The second story is really, really inspiring. And to be, what you're saying is being a channel for the voice, be the voice, because not everybody can articulate it and bring it out the way that some of us do. And so what you have done is amazing, that you have found that as a reason to be the channel, literally the channel for people to have the message shared. Wonderful. Thank you so much for that inspiration.
Thank you. In fact, Aziza, I also found that, also this one thing came in the mind. And in fact, what? When I put my first video in the series, I made a playlist and everything, and I was not expecting people to turn up. We got 1,000 views on that video.
Wow.
1,000. And then after a week or so, when 1,000 happened, I said, hey, people are watching and I need to be prepared for the next one. I was not even sure who the next guest is, but somebody came across and I knew someone and who was really having a great story. And that's how it all started. In Hindi we say, log milte gaye aur karma banta gaya. So
Okay.
same thing happened with
You
me.
want to
People
translate
started
that
coming.
so more people can understand it.
Sure, it is about the log milte ke people kept coming, and the caravan was found. The long trail of connected people was
Right,
there for
right,
to
right.
walk together. Team was built that way. So this happened, and I was not. I have absolutely no plan at that time that how would I go forward, how would the thumbnails be, how would it go forward. But slowly with time and with love of audience, it grew, and it happens every Wednesday. We've done
Very,
some 19 episodes now.
very nice. Really, really wonderful. And that's almost like for divide by for more than five, almost 5 months now.
Yeah, roughly, yes.
That's right. Fantastic. It is, who are your audience when you look at it? Because, definitely you didn't start it with like, I'm going to target these people. You just started the channel. So who are your audience right now? Who are you attracting?
That's a very good question. I realized this after I started getting comments from people and likes from people. And then slowly I identified there is a kind of people who really find it very interesting. Who are those people? They're
Tell
people
me.
who are like me. The people who are like me, who is right now, or maybe people like me who are like 5 years younger than me, or maybe where I was 5 to 6 years back.
Right.
And these are my audience is also the people who are on that crossroad of life, and they have spent 10, 15 years working. Now they want to change something. Something is not aligned. Maybe they just jumped in that job because that was the available thing there. And this is not the work probably they're loving to do, and they want to change something. But they don't know what to change, how to start, how to manage the mortgage and EMIs, and they want answers. They come to listen to the stories of people who are like them and get inspired. That's my audience.
So naturally, you have attracted this. This is very much related to individual. Like we say, the energy that you have will attract the kind of energy that you're looking at. So you literally attracted people of that similar situation they're going through, and everything's wonderful to know that. So what is the value you feel they're getting? I know you've kind of shared quite a bit. In your view,
Mm.
what is the value they are getting?
So, again, this comes to me through my connections and messages when I get back.
Yep.
People, one, take that inspiration. So, what is happening, Ziza, and what it has always been happening, that sometimes we are hard on ourselves and we blame ourselves, that why this is happening to me,
Mm.
why I'm thrown into a situation like this. I was doing everything right, and why me? And then, moment people like us who are feeling like that, the self-limiting belief, suddenly see another person who was looking so successful and listen to his story and say, "Hey, this person has been through the same grind which I'm going through, and it
Yes.
is not forever. Fear and all the troubles are not permanent. And look at that; they have transformed into something so awesome." They take the message, they get inspired. Hopefully they choose the right road on that crossroad, and that's, I think, is a value which we are creating here.
Definitely, definitely. It is always a feeling of like I relate. That's why people watch movies too, right? So I relate to that story, and then like it's like and then you sometimes can visualize what is possible for you once you go through that phase. And we talk about it as like brightness of the future. Like you are showing the
Yeah.
brightness of the future.
True. And Aziza, the stories of people who have come to my show, their friends, their relatives were not expecting that story to come from them. This is the reality. A lot of
Mm.
people, after the episode was shot, said, Alok, I think I have said a lot. It was like inside, deep inside me. I don't know how it has come across. And I said, don't edit it out. It is the truth. It is authentic, real, and that's what people love. People loved people opening up their heart on this show, and I think that's the power when we can see heroes. And this is what my message is. I say I bring stories of transformers around us because they're hidden across us, and we don't know. They're waiting for
Yeah,
the time to transform. We all can transform.
that's right.
So in a way, so amazing stories coming from very, very simple looking people who you can't guess that this has happened with them or this can happen. It's exciting. It's thrilling
Yes,
actually.
yes, I can really feel the vibes from you on that excitement. Really
Yeah.
nice. So, can I ask you, what are your plans for 2021?
Wow, you will feel that this is planned. This is not planned. This is just a coincidence that from last 6 months I've been working on a program. When I did around 10 episodes, I felt that while we have people who are telling the transformative stories, there are a lot of people who are coming and connecting me, saying, "Hey, this is really helpful. This is not enough. I
Mm.
need to go a little ahead and help these people, little hand holding, and
Mhm.
tell them what has worked for me and what has worked for the people in my show. And is there a process? Is there a formula? From the last 6 months, I'm working on a program which is a 30-day mastermind, which can help people, handhold them, walk through that journey, use the tools and techniques to really transform. And I'm going to announce that tomorrow. So it is
Wow.
it is
So we're
incidental
getting
that we're
we're
talking.
getting the insider information right now.
Yes, nobody knows. It's going to be announced tomorrow. And my objective, if you ask me, is to help at least 1,000 people in this year to walk that journey, walk that road from wherever they are to where they want to be. And maybe they don't even know. Many of us don't even know what the right destination is. And my system will help them identify, explore. There's something called a mind mapping technique, which is there, and then transform. So thrilled about that starting this month.
Yes, exciting. And so that's the plan. This is a very important conversation we are having, because at the end of the day, it's not about just getting online and for the name and the fame, and people think that it's all about, sharing information. It is the real impact that you want to create, more so if you have a structure and a system to follow through in order for them to be impacted. So
Yes.
this is what you are doing, and it's extremely exciting. And I'm so happy that you are able to put this together. And it's wonderful to have you on this show on discussing in this. So, Alokji, as we conclude this session, what would you like to tell the viewers for 2021?
I guess I would like to tell guys, this is an adventure. Just be ready for the next coming wave. When you river raft, you just don't know what rapid is coming your way. But yes, if you have a mindset to enjoy the rapid, it won't do much to you. So just be ready for whatever is coming your way. Keep your pedals right and just row and go in front. Every rapid will pass. That's my message for
Fantastic.
all of us.
So we have Alokji's LinkedIn profile on the chat box. You can follow through with him and follow him, connect with him. And of course, his YouTube channel will also be available for you to follow his show, We Transform. So let's make this a transformational year for everybody. Thank you, Alokji.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so much
everyone.
for having me here. Thanks a
Yes,
lot.
you're welcome. And thank you, everybody. See you in the next session.